Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
The topic that we are going to discuss now is white phosphorus. What is white phosphorus? Why is it in the news? What are its unique properties? Let us understand one by one. So recently, global human rights organizations like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have accused Israel Defense Forces. Now at present, Israel and Palestine are in war. Okay, so these human rights organizations have accused Israel Defense Forces for using white phosphorus munitions where in Gaza and Lebanon, and they are saying that this is in violation of international humanitarian law. Okay, so ISRO has violated international humanitarian law here. That is what they are saying and accusing. Okay, so we need to understand what white phosphorus from science and technology point of view. First, white phosphorus is a pyrophoric substance. So what is a pyrophoric substance? Those substances which ignite spontaneously or very quickly under 5 minutes when they are in contact with air is called as pyrophoric substance. So they combust. Okay, so they ignite spontaneously and very quickly, and this substance when exposed to oxygen will be producing thick and light smoke. It will be producing thick and light smoke, and it will also produce an intense 815 degrees Celsius heat, which is very high. Okay, so 815 degrees Celsius of heat is also emitted when this pyrophoric substance, that is white phosphorus, is burning. Okay, so we need to understand many other details regarding white phosphorus. One is its global status. What is the global status of white phosphorus? First thing is, there is an internationally agreed standard. What is it? That is globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals. Okay, so that is actually an internationally agreed upon system to standardize chemical hazard classification and also communication. Okay, so this globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals, they have categorized this white phosphorus as pyrophoric solid category 1. This is important from exam point of view. So it is pyrophoric solid category 1, which means it includes chemicals that catch fire spontaneously when exposed to air, which is the property of white phosphorus. Okay, and it is among the most unstable pyrophoric substances. So there are many pyrophoric substances, and this is the most unstable pyrophoric substance of all. Okay, which is important again. Next is, we need to understand about the birth or the origin of this GHS, that is globally harmonized system. So this globally harmonized system was developed following a number of major industrial accidents, okay, in 1980s and 1970s, and it plays a fundamental role where in protecting workers from chemical hazards. Okay, so it plays a fundamental role in protecting workers from chemical hazards through its system of harmonized chemical labels. So it provides a system of harmonized chemical labels as well as safety data sheets. So through this, it is going to save the people or protect the people. Next, as a follow-up, chapter 19 of Agenda 21. We already have studied in one of our session about Agenda 21. Okay, it is also called as Rio Earth Summit. Okay, in Rio Earth Summit only this Agenda 21 was adapted, and the chapter 19 of Agenda 21 of the Rio Earth Summit of 1992, for the first official version of GHS was endorsed by the United Nations in the year 2003. Okay, so the first official version of this GHS was endorsed by United Nations in the year 2003, and this was done under chapter 19 of Agenda 2021. And this Agenda 2021 is, it belongs to the Rio Earth Summit of 1992. Okay, from there only we got this. Okay. Next is, what else do we have to understand? What are all the military uses of white phosphorus? First thing is, its primary military use is smoke screen. It is used as a smoke screen, that is to hide troops movement on the ground. So when the troops are going to move, then to hide them from the enemy, these smoke screens are used. Okay, they are used as smoke screen, and the smoke act as a visual obscurant. Okay, so it acts as a visual obscurant. Next is this white phosphorus is also known to mess with infrared optics. This is also important. Okay, so they mess with infrared optics and other weapon tracking system, and white phosphorus can also be used as an incendiary weapon. Okay, it can also used as incendiary weapon. What are incendiary weapons? Those weapons which are designed to cause fire is called as incendiary weapon. Okay. Next is, so the origin or the history of this particular white phosphorus, we need to understand that also. The Irish nationalists in late 19th century have first used white phosphorus munitions, and in a formulation which became known as Fenian fire. They called it Fenian fire. And what is this term Fenian? Fenian is an umbrella term which is used for Irish nationalists. So Irish nationalists are called as Fenians. Okay, so it is also called as Fenian fire, which is important, and these munitions have since been used around the world. So first Irish people have used it and they named it Fenian fire. Okay, and at present, what is the legal status of white phosphorus? That also we need to understand. Like, is it permitted for use? That we need to know. So this white phosphorus munitions are not under blanket ban. Okay, which means they are not completely banned, but they are regulated under this IHL, which we already saw, that is International Humanitarian Law. So it is regulated under IHL, but it is not under a complete ban. Why is it not under a complete ban, though it being such a harmful chemical? That is because it is not considered a chemical weapon. So for a substance to be recognized as a chemical weapon, then it must have this property called toxicity, whereas this white phosphorus does not have this property called toxicity. Its operational utility is due to heat and smoke. So it only releases heat and smoke, but it is not toxic. Just because it is not toxic, it is not categorized as a chemical weapon. Okay, that is why it is not under a complete ban, okay, or a blanket ban, and thus this white phosphorus is governed by Convention on Conventional Weapons. Okay, specifically Protocol 3 of this Convention on Conventional Weapons, which deals with incendiary weapon, that is those weapons which are able to produce fire. Okay, produce heat and fire. Okay, so this is what we need to know about what white phosphorus is, where was it used, that we need to know, and what is its property, what are its unique properties, what is its global status and the legal status, and when was it used the first time. Okay.